Welcome back to Straight to Amp, everyone. Thank you for coming in this Sunday afternoon.
Hi. Sunday afternoon, beautiful
Hi.
day.
We've got a full studio here. We've got House Handshake in the room
Hi.
with Derek. How you doing, DC?
Not bad, you?
Good, pretty good. So welcome House Handshake. How are
Hi,
you
thanks
doing
for
today?
having us. Thanks for having us.
Good.
It's a lovely studio here, full of artsy stuff that I'm really intrigued about.
We're joined by Ainsley, Tanner.
Yes.
Quentin.
Sarah.
Sarah.
And,
I was
you
gonna say
got it.
Ainsley again.
Oh, that's
alright.
good.
Yeah, this is where my brain is on Sundays.
Yeah.
Happy
And we
Sundays.
were out last night drinking.
Merry autumn. We had drinks. Was it last night? No, not last night. The other night. Yeah.
We spent all yesterday recovering.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I went and I did some babysitting and got some housework done, so
So
happy
You
with
were
that.
on recovery
Oh.
mode instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though I had probably the same amount. So
Oh.
I guess it
Oh, you're just a
depends on
Yeah.
depends on how you feel. Yeah, I guess I am a professional alcoholic.
It's like let's do some shopping. Oh, let's just watch some Netflix. How's
Yeah.
Actually, let's
let's,
do nothing.
Yeah.
Coffee and bacon, and let's just call it a
Oof.
day.
Oh.
That sounds good.
I'll go-
Okay, anything I don't have to get out of my pajamas is probably a good day for me. Yeah.
Don't have to leave the pajama state.
I was a little heartbroken yesterday because it was just like, because it was so cold and rainy yesterday as well, and I was sitting
Snowy.
around and I'm like, oh, I've got nothing to do today. This is awesome. I can just kind of chill out and catch up on some stuff. And then I realized, no, I have to go to this meeting at 9:30. No, I have to pick up some stuff, and I have to go get groceries because we haven't been to the store in a month, and there's literally no food in the apartment.
That's real life responsibility there.
So yeah,
Yeah.
long story short, I hate adulting, but here we are. We
Nice.
got it done.
Nice and
Yeah.
cold. Nice and cold.
So let's chat about House Handshake. Let's start about how you guys all met, came together, and
I'll let you start that off, buddy.
Me?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I guess it starts with me and Sarah. I met Sarah here in Winnipeg 2 years ago.
No, oh wow.
2.5. Don't quote me on those that
Numbers.
timeline.
Ish.
But
Ish.
then I randomly moved to Vancouver just because a friend asked me to. And so then it was like a month later where I asked Sarah to come move with me. Just come and live with me. Come 4 provinces over and live with me. And she
No
did.
big deal.
And then we've been together ever since. And somewhere along the line, our bass player Daryl, who's at Dairy Whip right now, dipping fries.
Derail.
He moved into the house and he just fit perfectly, and things were just falling apart in Vancouver.
Mm.
Not exactly. I mean, Vancouver's
Wow.
great, but it's just like Winnipeg's where it's at. The
Yeah.
music scene.
yeah, I know what you mean. I spent a lot of time in Vancouver,
Yeah.
and it ain't easy or cheap to live there either.
And it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah. The people
Not a
are
lot of
just different.
soul there.
There's not a lot of like good like open mic spots even.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're here everywhere, every single night of
Yeah.
the week.
The music scene in Winnipeg is unique,
Yeah,
and especially today, it's unique.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize when I left. Like I did because I was going out like every single day, and then I left to Vancouver, and it was like so much bigger, but there's still less going on in a
Mhm.
sense. Like nobody was really talking to each other,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, we just said let's go back to Winnipeg, and we packed up all of our stuff into a van, and it took us 4 days to get back to Manitoba,
With a cat.
and then on that
With a
day.
cat.
With
On
two
that day we
cats.
came back. Tanner was there the first day. I think he brought like a 48.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, Daryl had told us beforehand. He was like, really got to meet this guy, Tanner. I think he's gonna fit in perfect with us.
Yeah.
And we were a little bit skeptical at first because we didn't know him. We were
I
like,
kinda do.
what do you
Well,
mean?
okay, so let's backtrack here for a second.
Yeah.
How did we find out about Tanner?
Yeah.
Was it like
I-
on Match.com or something?
Daryl's known Tanner for.
Mediocre
Yeah.
keyboard players, perfect. Look at him, he's tall. No, I've known Daryl for about 7 or 8 years now.
Okay.
Daryl's the beautiful teddy bear bass player who went to Vancouver to see them, and yeah, I've known him my whole life. We've been best friends, and I remember him moving out there. I cried a little. He hugged me, and yeah, he came back, and I met Quentin a couple times. I actually went to jam with him when he lived in the city before he left to
Okay.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
And yeah, just never really talked to him. I've been to, we are also friends with another mutual friend who lived with him in Vancouver. His name was Dan. He was amazing. He's amazing, I'm sure. But
Miss you, Daniel.
yeah, and then yeah, it was great. They picked me up, and I remember Daryl said, "Yeah, grab some beer and come jam." So like, I don't know how much they drink. I know personally, I can drink a lot. I'm really cut back these days because responsibility and all other fun stuff. But so yeah, I picked up like 48 beers, and we got had a nice fire, and it was a beautiful time.
Basically never left since that.
Like the first night, I loved him. I still love him, but I knew that first night I was just enthralled. I was like, this guy is so passionate, and he's beautiful, and he loves the same things that we do. So it was like match made for sure.
And it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
You just know when you find the one.
It's true.
Well, it's weird when you keep finding the one. over
Yeah.
and over.
Oh, it is. We're like, okay, wait a minute. Do we have a 25-piece band?
Yeah. Yeah, we're starting to be interested in a larger house now because we're acquiring more people. Yeah, more people, more instruments, and more love, and it's we need a bigger house now.
So when we got to Manitoba, we were staying at my dad's place, and then we're like, we need to get a place in the city, and so we got a place in December last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost been a year now, and yeah, now our house is getting bigger. Here comes Ainsley,
Yeah, she.
and then there's Tate, and then there's Brennan, and
Yeah, it's
who knows?
3-bedroom house
We'll
with
be a
5
bigger house soon.
soon enough. Yeah, I'm thinking 3 stories and maybe hot tub without the water, but.
Without the water?
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll freeze.
Hot tub water is expensive, you guys.
It's a place to just store stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the wintertime, you got the little pad over top. You can lay it down, or like, you know what? Let some snow go in it. We could just like put drinks in there and have some stuff in
People
the.
die in hot tubs, Tanner.
Oh no.
You don't drink and go in the hot tub.
Oh,
Come on.
that's a thing too, isn't it? Yeah. If you drink in the hot tub, apparently it like increases your blood alcohol.
Oh, it
levels.
does, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Mess
Heat.
you up.
I found that out the
Yeah.
hard way in Edmonton. When I was young, I'm like, no problem. Just
Yeah,
drink in
I
the
had a hot tub growing up,
yeah.
so I learned that the hard way
Yeah.
too.
Oof. Yeah,
I
it's
did
trouble.
not know that.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of funny how I ended up coming to live with them because before Quentin left to go to Vancouver, I met Quentin.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
At a like an underground party type deal.
It was a rave.
Yeah,
It was a
rave.
rave
It was
to
literally in a
house.
hole. It was
Winnipeg
underground.
has an
Yeah.
underground rave scene.
Yeah,
If you guys weren't
and
aware.
yeah, he showed up. He showed up with one of his friends, Blue, and they just had guitars, and I was really interested that they had guitars, and everybody else was just like off doing their own thing, and I ended up like talking to you and Blue for a long time, like probably an hour and a half, and then you guys were like, okay, bye. Saw you around like a couple more times before you left, and then you left, and I didn't see you guys again, and then saw you at open mic night, and I was like, oh, I know that guy on stage. I was there with Alex.
She like
And-
came over one night in April, and then
Never
it was-
left.
she-
Never left.
no, she
I
like she left the
literally-
next day, and then
I
she
went
came
home
over the next
one
day, and then
I was at their house on April 3rd. I slept at my house on April 4th, and I haven't left since April 5th.
yeah, it's like a month later. It's like, well, so you want to pay rent, or you want to grab your stuff and move in, or what? So let's do
Nice.
that.
Mhm.
And you've been a band manager ever since.
I guess so.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then, so what are we at? Just 4-piece band, right?
6.
Well,
Six.
six now. Well, we're 6 doing a trial 6, but definitely solidly 5, but 6 if all works, because of what we talked about with Tate and everything. So
Yeah, so the
he's
6th
he's
is...
given us a trial run and seeing how he feels in, because everything is working really well
Mhm.
with the 6-piece, but ultimately it's his decision to choose if he wants to continue on with us. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, 6 right now.
Have you ever managed a 6-person band before?
No.
I had troubles with like a 4-piece.
Yeah. Well,
I think living
But it
together
wasn't like
helps.
this.
Yeah,
It helps.
living in the same house helps.
Yeah.
but I like broke my wrists a month and some time ago. And that's when Tate came in to play guitar. So he's in a group called Oz Conscious.
Mm.
Freaking, can we swear?
Yeah.
Well, I fucking love Oz Conscious. We listened to that album like over a dozen times on
Oh,
the way
yeah.
back from BC.
Yeah. And Quentin introduced me to Us Conscious when we first met each other, and we used to go to their shows like religiously.
Yeah.
Always loved Tate's vocals and the
And
music.
it just so happened that Tate, the lead, was available to take on our like 8 freaking shows that we had. And so
2 festivals.
when I healed up, it was like, well, now we want to keep him. So
Yeah.
we've been doing some like guitar dueling and trying it out. It's been lots of fun.
Guitar harmonies, it's ridiculous.
Mhm.
I remember I like woke up.
Experimenting,
Did I
like-
wake up? No, I got out of bed finally, and I could hear like it was like almost like a harp or something, but like it was 2 guitars. They were like harmonizing. It was beautiful. I haven't.
It's gonna be epic.
Oh, I know.
It's really fun to
There we
watch you
go.
guys on stage because like when you guys play together, like since Tate's been in the band and you've been able to play again,
Yeah.
like you're just so enthralled to have another guitarist up on stage with
Well,
you.
even when I'm like,
They
dude,
feed off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Mm.
Oh yeah.
not only that, but it like saves me. I'm like, I gotta tune.
Exactly.
Like, play
Takes a
my
little
part.
bit of the pressure off
yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's great.
Which is nice, and then he can like interact a little bit more with the audience because it's been a
Mhm.
good learning experience for
Mhm.
him to like, oh, well, I can't play guitar, so now I can focus more on the stage presence and connecting with the audience a little bit better and with people on stage, and
Mhm.
it's been a really good learning curve, I think, for you
Yeah.
and for all of us.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now we're coming to our 1 year of playing together
October.
at all. Like our first show wasn't a show. We went to an open mic, the Village
No,
Open, Village Idiots.
no. Our first show that we did was at the Pyramid. We opened for Tate. Us
Oh, yeah.
Conscious. We
Okay.
went.
Nice.
It was a last minute gig that they just kind of called us 3 hours prior and was like, "Hey, band backed out. Would you guys want to do it?" And we were like, "Yes." So then we opened for Us Conscious at the Pyramid that night.
I guess that was October last
Yeah,
year.
it was October.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Okay.
crazy.
So that'll be 1 year, and now we're getting into the studio. We're going to Paintbox Studios, working with Lloyd Peterson, and we need everybody to give us money
GoFundMe.
because our fridge is kind of empty, and it costs some pretty pennies.
But our hearts are full.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Well,
get some
we're trying to-
merchandise.
Yeah, we're gonna be working with my friend Michaela,
Uh-huh.
who is a graphic arts designer who's making up some merch for us that we're hoping to start selling and getting out there because we don't have any merchandise right now. We want to try and get fundraising.
Yeah.
It's
It's,
tying into going back to what you're talking about. You guys going to the studio. This is the first time going into the studio.
Yeah, this is the first time we don't have anything released yet. Just
Okay.
like some videos that Joey Sempt had shot in our backyard. Like
Yeah,
that's it.
I've seen those videos. Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Love
Joey is
Factory
amazing.
Jams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of jams. We wish we could record them all. You know, it'd be lots of fun.
Do your neighbors ever say anything about it?
No,
or
they're
just-
so-
Oh,
they're
they're
so
so
good.
They're so good. Oh, that's
Best
good.
We
neighbors
have
ever.
one
Winnipeg.
neighbor because we're
Yeah.
a corner house,
Oh,
and the
nice.
neighbor, she's the sweetest woman, Mary. We love her. She's
Yeah.
so nice. She always asks us how we're doing and how the shows are.
And the
She's so
the neighbor one farther beside Mary, like they'll walk by sometimes, and like every time we're like jamming in the backyard, whether it be a birthday or just playing or whatever. He's this gentleman. He wishes he brings his wife there. His wife's always busy, and he gets to hear the music, but he's upset that his wife doesn't get to. And he invites us, pick the crab apples. And I guess when we first moved in, we baked Mary a pie. So I guess she told him about that, and he mentioned a pie. So I think he was kind of
yeah.
hinting at a crab apple pie. So
A crab apple pie?
yeah, it's crab apple.
That's
yeah,
probably
they have
why he
crab
wants you
apples.
to
Yes,
take
yeah.
the apples.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah, our
have
neighbors
a
are good.
musician that lives right across the street from us too. His name is Emmy, and he's awesome. And he
Yeah.
likes to make beats on his computer and like it's
Mm.
lit, yo, that's lit. And just like make this cool. But it's like
he's awesome.
he's ambitious and super creative, and like I had a conversation with him the other day, and he's just like, music makes me feel alive. It makes me happy, and I want to do what makes me happy forever. And I was like, word, like that's it. That's the right.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And then our other neighbor is the beer store. So
Yeah, like
Fine.
literally
No
like
laser
30
point
steps.
there.
The cold beer store or the beer store just off. Yeah, it's off Pembina and Grand. So it's like I see it out my window and I wake
Oh,
up
yeah.
sometimes and oh no. Get the slippers on
Go to the
and
neighbors.
go
So
say
is
hi to
it-
the neighbors and
So it's beer,
beer
Papa
store.
John's and fish.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And you're right. You're
Cool.
next to like the best beer store in the city.
I know.
Yeah,
The
that's
best.
true. I love
So
that.
best.
Dude, it's an amazing beer store. It's
and
like
the people that work there.
oh, they're
I
so
know, they're
nice.
so nice.
They like we're like almost on first name basis now. Just going there with my flip flops in the morning, cigarette in my mouth, like, hey guys, can I get a the regular? Can I get the regular?
We didn't go for like a couple weeks because we were all really sick, and we finally went one day, and she was like, I thought you guys moved. I was worried. I haven't seen you in a while.
Somebody didn't pay rent. You guys got kicked out.
It
It
was
was
Yeah.
like,
nah, we were sick.
We found your next sponsors here.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, no
Cold
doubt.
beer
what a
store.
good idea.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Cold Beer Store?
Shout out.
Shout out to the
Shout out to
Pre-Kinky,
Pemina,
the
Pemina
Pemina
Cold Beer.
stores.
So, how much material have you got ready to go into the studio with?
Well, we wanted to do a 4 or 5 song EP initially, but
It's really
we've
hard
got,
to figure.
we've got
there's
more
a
than
lot.
more than that.
So you gotta
but
count
right
them.
now
We've got like
we're
50 songs
starting.
right now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
50 plus, but
50 plus, yeah.
but
yeah.
we're wanting to start off with 4 or 5 main
Mm-hmm.
ones that we can kind of start streaming and getting out there for people, because that's the one complaint that we keep getting is that where the heck is your music for us to listen to?
Yeah.
So
How was that process of picking out those 5 songs?
Difficult.
it's hard. It's so hard because everybody, a lot of us all really kind of agree on the first 2 or 3, and then that 4th or 5th one, if we're deciding,
Yeah.
it's like, but that one's a really good one. Like, oh, but this one's really good too, and it's like people love this one. And it's hard. Yeah.
Do they ever look at you, Ainsley, and say, "What do you think?"
Actually, they definitely do ask my opinion a lot, which is really nice because I feel like I get to throw in my opinion there. But ultimately, like it comes down to like what everybody thinks. Like if they agree with my opinion, then they'll go with it. But it's nice when we have family meetings often, and so lots of
Discussion.
Yeah, once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the 5 songs, like let's say if you said, "Hey, we got 5 kick-ass songs," would you take 2 or 3 of those and reserve for a later EP and kind of toss in something that's in kind of like a back
Oh,
catalog?
Well, yeah,
Maybe.
and I think we saw
There's- the way we're doing it is actually we're gonna do a 4-song EP, and then a second 4-song EP, and then an album. And the album will have the 2 EPs plus another 4 songs.
Okay.
So yeah, none of those are even picked out. Like none of the songs are picked out yet. Because as we met the producer, he's like, well, maybe I'll just come to a rehearsal and I'll help you guys.
Yeah,
make
then
a
he
song."
can get his opinion on what you guys play and think what's best for the first
I think
EP or 2.
ones that people are really enjoying and ones that we really love to play right now are 7 Deadly Sins, Like a Cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Are you giving
It's a good one, and Worries.
Yeah.
And then probably Won't You Come, which is another song that we really love playing that gets really, really good response as well, because it's
Okay.
like a story kind of thing. And
It's a story.
but he wrote that song for me. I love that song. I'm biased, but I think it's the best song ever.
It's a really good song.
So yeah, it's kind of hard to choose. It is hard,
Yeah, I
but we've
bet.
got some solid ones that we're like, no, we definitely have to, you know.
And
Yeah.
I'm probably also a little biased, but I truthfully like. There's way more than 4 good songs, so it's
For
not
the-
like it's
the
not
first
like
EP.
yeah, it's not like you're gonna use up all the good songs in the first EP.
No.
Oh yeah,
because
no. That's,
There's a lot more than that.
yeah.
Are these old? Can I take one of these?
Of course.
It's donuts.
That's good. That's good. Like there's a lot of artists like you come up with like 4 or 5 songs, they go right into doing that EP, but they put down the first 4 or 5 songs that they wrote on an EP versus not having anything back. So now you guys have something to walk forward with. I think that's always huge for artists to have.
Can we talk about something?
Of course.
What does EP mean? I
Yeah.
don't even know. Like we're
I'm
just
curious.
calling it that. I don't know.
I'm going to the internet for this one. I looked this up recently, and now I'm just
You know what? I
thinking
looked it
my
up
own-
too,
Is
but
a
I can-
prelude or something?
Yeah, I actually got into a really good conversation with somebody not too long ago about EPs, and where we were both on the same page. We're people who still buy and listen to albums in full, so we are teased by EPs.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
don't listen to those 4 or 5 songs. Nothing against
Is,
you
I
guys.
was gonna say, is that a
don't
good
know.
thing or a bad thing to be teased like that, though?
I don't know. I always want more.
Yeah,
I'm the
that's-
glass is half empty
So
at that
maybe
point.
it's a good thing then.
Yeah, that's why we're releasing it this way because
Yeah.
I feel it's a tease too. Totally.
Yeah, and then you want more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then what do you got?
the EP stands for extended play.
Right, that's right.
Okay.
Extended play.
Yeah.
So
What did you say?
It's longer.
Oh.
It's longer than a single, so it's extended.
Okay.
Yeah.
That like hardly makes sense.
I like exclusive prelude
Yeah.
better because it's like a prelude to the album.
Yeah.
Exclusive Ely
What
here,
is-
you
I
know.
don't even know what
Because I think back in the day, they used to put like
Prelude?
EPs were like the little, I guess what would they call 45s, or they only have like a couple
Right.
songs
Yeah.
versus the full album, the full
Right.
record. So then it just kind of continued on that way.
Extended play.
Yeah.
So
And
like
that's-
EP and LP is like the same thing.
An LP.
It's long play, I thought.
Yeah. I think so.
Player.
Longevity player.
Well, that is kind of what the plan is for us is to do 4-song EP,
Yeah.
4-song EP, and then another 5 or 4 songs on top of that to make the
Maybe
12
an album.
album.
Yeah.
So
We'll just
kinda
stream
makes
the,
sense.
the EPs and then finally come up with some physical copies. But yeah, October 12th is our fundraiser for this. So
Okay.
that's where I hope to
a
see
fundraiser
your
show.
2 smiling faces. And we'll
Take
give
some
you
pictures.
Oh, yeah.
some free
Yeah.
merch because you guys would
Heck
support
yeah.
it so well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I used to
Getting
work in
sizes?
merchandising years ago, so.
Nice. Getting sizes range from small to 3XL in men and women's because we want everybody to feel like you are part of the family and it doesn't matter
We're gonna get really
what
long
your shirt
arms.
size is.
Yeah.
So here you
Yeah.
go. Just
And you know
get
what?
in on it.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, merchandising is key. Like, just getting your name and a logo out there when people just see like House Handshake with something associated with it. It's just like, well, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a Jets logo on a jersey. It's just like it's your thing. It's your
And it's
Yeah.
the
It's your logo.
repetition of seeing it over
Yeah.
and over again. So you
Mhm.
see people wearing it at shows, you see it on your
Mhm.
Facebook or Twitter streams, and then it's like, oh, I
Mhm.
really need to check this out. What is
Mhm.
this?
And I'm really excited to see Daryl's artwork on shirts. I'm
Daryl,
very
he's like, he
excited.
does he does all of the artwork. He does all the artwork
Yeah.
for a lot
Yeah.
of posters. He does and it's like all hand painted stuff. And he spends time in it. Like I'll walk in
Yeah.
his room. What you doing, buddy?
All
And
of
he's
his
like
expertise.
sitting there. His legs are up. He's painting, smile. or he wakes
I'm
up
arting
he's
right
like,
now.
Daryl
Out of
makes,
here.
he's kind of like a cat.
Yeah,
Even though he's
totally.
allergic to
Cat.
cats.
Like-
And he like doesn't really like he'll try to find a spot to get comfortable and he's like, this isn't it.
Yeah.
And then he'll
Has to,
find
like,
a
turn
spot and
around
he'll
a
stay
bunch.
What's
there and
that?
he'll just
Is it
draw
netting
for
or
hours.
kneading?
Yes.
Yeah, kneading.
Yes. That is
He's very
exactly
needy.
what he
Like-
does. That's exactly
Oh,
what
yeah.
he does. Yeah.
Mhm.
He likes pets, but also don't touch me. Like,
Oh yeah. Cat mentality. Too.
Come here, but go away.
Get out of my room.
pet me with your eyes.
So he associates painting with grooming himself almost.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
sure.
that's the cleaning,
Yeah.
cleanliness, whatever.
So let's talk about the sound. So you got a bunch of backlog songs. You're gonna go and make some EPs. How'd you guys create your sound?
We got a bunch of guitars.
We
Like,
press
we
buttons.
sing.
I don't know,
That's
like
a really hard question.
Like the-
Let me ask this question then. What influences go into your sound that creates it? Like I always found that everything that you like in music, you put together into a goulash of your own music. to
I'm gonna
create your
say
own.
discussion. It starts off. Sometimes it starts off rocky, mess, and then like it just everything's up here. Everything's really high, and it's at a big volume. A lot of people are putting a lot of stuff in it, just trying things out, and then we talk about it and bring things down.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we should build stuff here, and then it kind of works into a nice little
yeah.
flow of a sound.
The question is, what influences you?
Oh, me
Individual.
or
we bring
I thought the initial question was about the sound, what influences
Well,
the sound.
Oh, that too. Yeah, for sure. There's the sound, but like also the music that you've listened to in the past. Like, cause usually when you get like a handful of people together,
If you need a
everything
minute
you
to
like
think
and you
about it,
like
I
and you
can-
like.
Yeah, take it away.
For me, growing up, it was a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, a lot of Etta James, a lot of Patsy Cline,
yeah.
Mamas and the Papas.
That's cool.
Like
Mm.
growing up, a lot of soul music, but a lot of speaking truth in the music itself and describing how you feel internally. And it's kind of a hard thing for me to communicate, but when it comes to singing, I feel like that's my best form of communication. So yeah, a lot of soul and R&B and kind of bluesy, jazzy stuff. That's my influence.
Sarah's got a very nice, soulful voice to her, which I love, like, listening to you sing around the house. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna lay here for a few more minutes and not disturb you so I can listen to the rest
Anything
of the
else?
song.
Anything else would annoy me in the morning, but that.
Honestly, it's so nice to wake up to music.
Yeah, that's something that I've said about like our house for a long time. Like, don't worry about playing music. Just play music If you can't enjoy it, then you're in the wrong house.
Yeah.
I guess. My influences, though. Well, first off, I'd like to say all of our songs are like we're all songwriters.
Mhm.
So there's like 50 plus songs, and that's why, because there's 5 of us writing songs now. But I can't really, I don't know, like Bob Dylan, I guess. I love Shaky Graves. I got a signature of Shaky Graves on one of my guitars. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to say like, I don't know, like a little bit of Mac DeMarco and a little bit of Edward Sharpe and some I like all the classics too. I love a lot of the doo-wop. Oh, I love all the doo-wop, the crew cuts and stuff. And yeah, oh, I
You
love it
love
all.
Frank Zappa,
Oh,
too.
Frank Zappa, yeah. Doom doom da da.
I hear a lot of country in my singing.
I do too. He's very country influenced.
And I hate country.
No,
I
it
hate
sounds great though. It really does.
I like it too.
What if
but
you twisted it to say, as I've heard it a few,
rock.
you know, Americana? I say
Yeah.
Canadiana.
Canadian.
Ah.
So not quite country, but kind of go through a folky edge if you want.
Yeah.
That's
So don't look
nice.
too definite that it sounded country.
I'm always
Yeah.
thinking about that though. I'm like, what makes this country? Like, what the hell is happening? Is it just like the way he's pronouncing the word?
An accent?
I can't figure it out.
I think it's the accent. Is it the songwriting style? Because I find a lot of maybe I just don't look into it enough. I don't listen to enough songs. But
Banjos.
I think it's like I think maybe the accent. I don't know.
I
It's just
thought
it's the genre.
I thought it was like the beat.
Oh,
But then if you listen to like the beat and the guitar in country, it's the same as rock and roll. Like I know they're very
yeah.
similar.
Country and rock all stem from blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like what is it? Like it's just like an accent? He just goes wheel.
yeah.
And then it becomes country or
No,
like
I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
you have to be self-declared to be country because, like, between Americana and there's like a few others very close genres that they're all almost indistinguishable, other than someone's declared that that one's country and that one's not.
Yeah.
That's my take on it because I've just given up on genres. There's just
Yeah.
too many of them at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I think
Just
you-
be who you want
yeah,
to be.
as long as you're not wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I think you're okay.
sometimes
I'm gonna wear a cowboy hat
Yeah.
next time. It's like A's for you.
And then you know what? You're gonna meet a slide steel guitar player. And then you're like, okay.
That's
now-
my grandpa.
now- Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah, his
Wayne
grandpa.
Link. He played with years ago. His name's he still plays a lot though. I just played with him a little while. He makes his own steel guitars. He has his shop and
nice.
stuff. But yeah, Lincoln steel guitar. If you've ever
Oh nice.
heard of
I
it
really
before.
liked him, and we should see if he can move in.
Yeah, no, he's a lot of fun. He's definitely a character.
Nice.
And yeah, he was. We had a couple shows. One at Albert Beach, and then we played on the beach at Grand Beach for a fundraiser for a children's playground. But after that, or was it before? I
It
don't
was
know.
after.
That, we went to my place, and we had some of my family was over, so we had a nice little jam. My grandpa was there, and Quentin and my gramps. They were playing the slide guitar, and it was a fun little
He
time.
was smiling at me the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Quentin
yeah.
got the best little video of him, and he's like doing his best, and at the very end of the video, he just like looks up at Quentin, he smiles this big smile.
Totally
and he's
flirting with
so
him.
Nice.
excited, so excited that someone's so into his steel guitar sounds.
So he may have opened that doors to country for you then.
Yeah,
You're in now, bud.
they're already open.
Nice.
Yeah, well, everything really pulls in everybody's own direction. Like, she sings it like it's a soul song, and I'm singing it like it's a country song for some reason. And
It
Tanner's
works.
playing these like old style crap on keyboard, and so yeah, it's just its own thing now.
Yeah. I think from an outside perspective, they have a very unique sound, but in the sense that like it really is influenced by everything that they listen to, and it's very emotional, if you will. Like everything is.
And
is-
Well,
eclectic.
Sarah,
I think
you said-
eclectic.
Yeah, as you said, you put a lot of the truth thought into it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's where the emotion really
yeah,
reflects.
oh, for sure.
For sure.
It's wonderful.
So fundraiser.
Yeah.
Sorry, where is the fundraiser again?
It's going to be at the Pyramid Cabaret, and we're going to play with Otter Than the Otters and Northern Royals.
Oh,
Yes.
great. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Actually, our second show that we did, the real other one that we did that we planned out was with Otter Than the Otters and Casati and November Undergrounds. We did that at the Handsome Daughter. So that's why
For shows.
that's why we were kind of wanting have the Oilers included in it, because when we were slowly starting to come up a little bit more in the city, we were kind of side by side with one another doing this thing where we were going up together and supporting each other, which we're still doing, but we kind of want them to be a part of it as well too, because we really love those boys. And Northern Royals we've never played with before, and we've heard good things, so we want to play with them as well. And
Saw them at Hoot Owl. It was great.
yeah, it was
Oh, wow.
awesome.
How
It was
was
fun.
that?
It was
so much fun.
great. It was
Too
so
much
much
fun.
Yeah.
Great.
It was too much fun. It was so good.
This is its first year, right?
Well, it
Hoot
was
Owl?
Shine On.
It
For-
was,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Shine On, right,
They
right.
just changed the
Okay,
name.
that's why
Yeah.
I was confused.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We actually had we had a festival to go to the day after, so we played. We got to the place, we set up our camp and
Thursday,
stuff. Yeah,
Thursday, Friday.
we set up our camp and we played the next day, and then we had
stupid.
1 cup of wine each.
Yeah.
One cup of wine
One
each.
cup of wine.
We went to sleep, and we had to leave the next day. We had to go to Hoop and Holler.
Rupenhall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Portage Prairie.
Portage
In Portage la Prairie. So yeah, we packed up, set up camp again, and did the whole thing again, and yeah, stayed up late and played our little hearts out, and it was a lot of
we
fun.
got to see the Northern Lights too.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
it was
beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh man.
They were very bright that night. I think they were the brightest that they've been all summer.
Well, not being in the city too,
Yeah, as soon
it's
as you get
like
outside the city,
Oh, of course,
it's everything
yeah, but-
brightens up because what is it that does that?
City
Is-
Soul.
Yeah,
It's
is
the-
it because of like
light pollution.
cloud
Yeah.
in the air? What does it hit? It must reflect off something, no?
It's the light pollution.
Okay.
Like,
Understand.
Okay,
well, the
let's just
city-
look it up on science.com.
the city, all the lights from the city, like they reflect off the clouds and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it
it creates
pollutes.
like a dome.
It is
Yeah,
off the
it's
clouds
a-
and stuff,
it's
and
a-
like water particles in the air. I'm no scientist, but I'm gonna be science out for a second.
Wow.
I think the first time I saw the Northern Lights was at Rainbow Trout Festival a few years ago. It was just after Smoky Tiger, and we just stepped outside, and the sky was just completely lit up. It was
Wow.
the most
That sounds
mind-blowing thing ever.
Wow.
Festivals are just like great for that. That's why I
Yeah.
like going to all the small ones.
This was my first
Yeah.
festival year ever, and my first time seeing Northern Lights. It was quite the experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So good.
I grew up outside the city, so like I just like every winter I get to see them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up. I lived in Grand Beach for a long period of my life too, and yeah, everyone was like, "Wow, look at the stars." I'm like, "Pfft," like just being
Every
sarcastic.
day.
I'm like, that's nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
come
So
on,
passive
like, boo.
about
Like,
it. This
boo.
is nothing.
Like, you guys should put down your phones.
Look at. Yeah.
No, it's fun. It's
And
great.
the funny thing is, like, I live by Birdsville Park.
Mm.
It's just like it wasn't that far outside the like
Mhm.
that city glows. I think hits the perimeter and it just stops, and you're like, oh, okay, I got stars, northern lights.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's all right. It's all right. It's really it's something else too. It just makes me curious, but then I have to like remember not to think about it and just enjoy it. So it's
Not be so cynical.
yeah. Like these are
Be
just
ungrateful.
stupid.
Nap for
These
it.
are stupid. Come on, guys. Super sarcastic. And I was like, no. I'm like, you guys don't know. You guys don't know.
There was a lot of festivals that weekend. There was Chad's.
There was a lot.
Hoot
Summer.
Owl, Portage the Prairies Festival, Hoop and Holler. There's
Yeah,
probably
Rainbow.
more, but
Yeah.
they're all really close.
We saw Northern Royals at Toba Rock Fest too.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that was a
that
good
was
show.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
that
In Selkirk there?
Moontown was there, yeah. No,
Yeah.
just
Toba?
south
St.
of
Andrew.
Selkirk.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was the Village Idiots one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was put on
Neat.
by CJ from the Bloodshots. Evan
Mhm.
had a part
Oh,
playing it
okay.
too, and Ryan Sorensen from Disraeli Dreamers.
Okay.
They put it on.
Oh, okay.
And that's what you were mentioning.
Just promoted by it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you were saying earlier that you wanted to include, some bands as you kind of grow up with them, right?
Mhm.
And that's what these guys were doing. Like these, and like
Mhm.
that's what I love about the music scene right now in
Mhm.
Winnipeg. Is everybody's kind of helping each other out because it was a handful of bands all up and coming, and then like
Right.
the headliner was Jet Set Satellite, who we had on earlier in the season,
Oh, cool.
and that was like a 10 years they haven't played it with each other, and
Wow.
yeah, and like actually the best part of that night, it's such a unique thing. They come out and they open up their first song and they're going hard and fast, and it was such a good song, and then the generator cut out
Oh no!
right after the guitar solo,
Just gone.
and then the power just shuts out.
Everything's dark. We're like,
Oh.
okay.
I'm
They're
like, they just
holding
brought the
beats.
house down.
Oh,
Yeah, but then they got back up and
pull
going.
the
Yeah.
acoustic
Epic.
guitars. Get
Yeah.
the drums still going.
No, they
I
put gas
think-
back in the
yeah,
generator.
the generator ran out of gas. like
Oh,
first year
wow.
festival woes.
Yeah, no doubt, that's fun.
okay.
But it made the moment perfect because it was
Yeah.
like first time in 10 years, first song, and then boom.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
It was pretty special.
After I'll show you. I think I still got the video. I'll show you guys the video after.
That's awesome.
I saved it.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. I had a question for you guys. I was wondering how long you guys have been doing the show for?
Coming up to a year now.
Yeah.
Cool.
We
Right on.
launched in mid or late January.
Yeah,
But we
okay.
started recording around the fall of 2017.
Oh, okay, cool. How many do you guys do? Do you guys take breaks? Do seasons? How many shows do you
So
usually?
this is our first season, and
Okay.
After we wrap up the some these last few interviews, that'll be it for the year.
Right on, right on.
And
Cool.
we're gonna launch up in season 2 in 2019.
Beautiful.
Oh, right on.
Look at that.
And we're gonna bring it even harder and faster, more music. It's gonna be.
You know what?
That's awesome.
I read your guys' thing online, and I was like, that's exactly what I would say about us. And you said you started up in the fall of last year,
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah, we
And
sat down on
so did
Alex's
we.
birthday and decided to do this last year.
You
It's-
guys are the same age.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a.
We need like
entity.
baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm like,
Marketing
no.
network things, you know,
We're the same
groups.
Yeah. Started at the same time, and then in
Come on
about
together.
January is when we like really started gigging. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're done too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bands are putting out a lot of music this year too. We're like, this is working well.
Super easier for it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The like in Vancouver, everybody kind of just like it seemed like they kind of pull on you, but here they just kind of support each other.
Yeah.
Like everybody's here is aware that by helping each other out, we're only helping ourselves out,
Mhm.
and it just works. There's no
Yeah.
reason to not help out the guy in the next band
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of some little petty reasons. that you
And
might
every time I
have.
see anybody getting like playing a show, they're not playing it by themselves. They're bringing other people in with
Yeah.
them too.
Yeah.
Even if that band is bigger than them.
Mhm.
I think that's the coolest thing we got going in their city right now.
I think the only problem it creates is that there's always like so many really good shows spread across the city on like the same weekend.
I know.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Best
know.
problem ever.
Too much variety almost now.
I
Yeah.
know. Then you
Well-
gotta go bar hopping.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I had the biggest one with like Alex is good friends with a guy named Luke, who's the bass player for Boy in the Sea, who does solo projects. They had Boy in the Sea had a EP release that night, or album release that night, and Righteous had an EP release that night. We're like, they're like
jeez.
streets apart from each other.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. That's fun. Just like
Yeah. We have to
how,
pick and
how,
choose.
how long were the sets? It's like one. They should time it so like one
Yeah.
person can finish for 50
Yeah.
minutes. People can run across the
We
street.
had a show on the same day, and I won tickets to go see Bright Righteous.
Oh,
and I was
that's
like,
right,
yes,
yeah.
I
Oh.
got tickets. And then Sarah was like, you have to play. I was
Oh.
like, oh, come on.
You know what's funny? That's their rehearsal space right there.
Right here,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Share it
this
for a
was the
little while.
video that they shot, and I won the tickets. This is where they were then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You lost the tickets right here and winning.
Why? Whatever, man.
One and lost the tickets in the same moment.
I'm sure it was a really awesome show.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did pretty good. Just kidding. Yeah, no, Bright Righteous. I haven't seen them live. I heard he's seen them before, and
Best show
yeah,
I've ever
he's
seen.
literally said it was the best
Yeah,
show that
best
he's ever
show
seen.
ever
So.
done.
Yeah,
A
really
crazy
good
show.
energy.
And that was at Festival of
Oh,
Voice.
yeah, I was there too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was sitting like front row. I've been to a million concerts. Like I went to Folk Fest every single year of my life until
Yeah.
I was 20. But this was the best show ever.
Mhm.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was high, but I
Yeah,
wasn't.
totally. They come out with all that crazy lighting on the stage, and then Kevin puts those crazy glasses on. We've actually known Kevin for years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he grew up on the street with one of our best friends, and so yeah, it's crazy.
On the streets, back in the peg.
Yeah. The street was called Crofton Bay, but we called it Compton Bay. We thought we were pretty hood back in the day.
Yeah, no kidding. In
Bunch
the
of-
old streets of St.
Yeah,
Patel.
bunch
suburbs.
of kids in button-up shirts throwing a frisbee around.
Yeah.
Go long.
Yeah.
Straight
The
out of
boys
Compton.
in the hood are always hot.
Yeah. And as we got older, we started playing guitars, and the guitars would come out. And, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, summertime or wintertime, whatever.
Yeah. I feel like I recognize you from somewhere, and I was thinking it was Folk Fest.
I think
Oh,
it could be
probably.
Folk Fest. I've been camping out there every year for the past 4 or 5 years now.
But usually when I like see somebody and I know you, I'm usually just like, was it Folk Fest?
On the other side, I do have a lot of doppelgangers just in the city alone.
This is true. Actually, didn't someone come up to you and ask if you were Dustin Bufflin? Like the first season the Jets were back?
Dustin
Yeah.
Bufflin?
Yeah.
The first year they came back,
Nice.
I was just like leaving Portage Place Mall in my just the underground parking lot, and as I'm like just trying to pay to get out, someone comes up to my window, knocks on it. He's like, "I just want to shake your hand," and it's like an elderly old man, and I'm like, "Okay, like I'm just paying for my." I'm not Dustin Bufflin, dude. He's like, oh, pulls his hand away. He's like, oh, I guess, like, sorry. I'm like,
At least finish the handshake, you know.
I'm driving a Hyundai. It's a shopping cart with on wheels.
That's a nice compliment, though.
Yeah.
You should you flinch a little bit. Oh boy, Dustin Bufflin. I think I have friends who've seen him in person. Said he was pretty funny in the malls and stuff.
We go to our neighbors.
What's that?
You went to our neighbors the other day, apparently.
Oh yeah, the beer store. Our neighbor, the beer store.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I should
Yeah,
clarify.
that's we call our friendly neighborhood beer store our neighbors.
Yeah.
Just the neighbors.
Yeah, we go get our juice or apple juice. Yeah, it's good.
You should play that up though. Just like get a couple drinks out
I've
of it or
definitely
something.
considered it. Like, is it just a stand-in or like
Just
celebrity pop-in?
We'll get you some platform
Actually,
cheese.
I'm his
Yeah.
double. Actually, I'm his double. Nice to meet you.
I grow my beard out a little bit, and
Yeah.
like I don't know. I need to like wrap some like foam around my legs because his quads can like wrap like
Yeah.
one of his legs is the size of mine.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
That guy must have been like, I don't know, must have really been thinking about hockey at the time. You know, just like walk by a Honda and be like, that's him.
That's gotta be him.
That's gotta be him.
You know, just hockey fever.
But yeah, I would say if you recognize Alex, it's gotta be Folk Fest.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Usually wandering around there.
I haven't been there in a couple years. I've only been like a couple times, but yeah, it was amazing every time. A lot of drum circles, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous. That was like one of my favorite things was
Yeah.
the drum circles, and you just walking around with the guitar and
Yeah.
nice little.
I've been going, so like my parents took me before I can even remember. I went every single year, and just the past 3 years I missed. But it's like lifelong dream to play on a stage at Folk Festival.
There's one of my questions for you. Was going to be
Mm-hmm.
what's a goal or a dream for
Yeah.
a show?
That's mine for sure. I mean, like if I could get on main stage at Folk Fest, I'll just die afterwards. I'd be perfectly fine. totally
For
happy.
me, it would be Summer Lights or Harvest Moon.
Oh yeah.
I've loved the lineups for the past few years, and I've just always kind of thought
Mm-hmm.
I would just love to go and play there. You could stage.
You know what I would really like? I want to do a cover in the Burton Cummings Theater, Fine State of Affairs. That's what I want to do. That's my dream.
What is that?
Fine state of affairs.
I have no idea what
That-
this song is.
that's-
And not
Festival
supposed to.
stage?
You've never heard Fine State of Affairs?
No.
What? That's wow.
I didn't know you wanted to do this.
No, neither did I until
This
like
is new.
30 seconds ago.
New lifelong dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
New
After
lifelong
that,
dream.
right on the whiteboard when you get home.
Yeah, Burton Cummings and the
Fine
Burton
State of
Cummings.
Affair, Burton Cummings.
Let's do it. Shout out to BC.
Usually everybody's like Burton Cummings cover is These Eyes.
These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I have with you. Yeah, it's a good one too. But no, it's all about the fine state.
Nice.
Fine state, baby.
We
I'm
have-
sorry, I mean all your donuts too.
No,
No,
go for it. That's what they're there
Alright.
for.
Thank you.
Now we talked about kind of dream shows. What's your favorite venue to play in the city?
Pyramid,
The
definitely,
pyramid.
hands down, the
Pyramid.
pyramid.
The pyramid.
The sound guy, I love Joe.
I
Yeah.
disagree.
He's great. He's such a good sound guy.
Yeah.
I even said to him like, hey, you know, like maybe we hire you in the future, and he was just like, okay. So that was really cool. I mean, like this is nothing of stamped or official, but like I would love for him to be our travel sound guy one day.
Yeah, I like him too. But it's big. It's not too big. The
Mhm.
sound is good, and we like Dave, the bar owner there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
David,
Mhm.
he's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
I like the stage of Shannon's. The stage of the pyramid is really nice too. It's
Beautiful.
big and it's high up, but I like Shannon's. It's kind of low. It's nice and personal,
I
and I love the feeling there too.
I can't
Shannon's
hear you
is a
there.
I like
As well.
the merchant Selkirk too.
Oh yeah.
I like
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
like
the best.
that bar. I like that bar too.
Mm-hmm.
I went there like every Friday of an entire summer a couple years ago, just because I had some friends that lived out there and had an open mic, and Ronnie Ladderbrook hosted it every Friday. It was freaking epic. So much talented musicians just came in and just jammed, like, and no judgment. It was really, really cool. I kind of got like my chops there for stage.
Nice.
Yeah, I took a sip on stage one time at the Merch, and I like coughed, or I went down the road, and I went on stage. I turned around and I coughed, and it went everywhere. It was pretty funny, but I mean, like, it wasn't that pretty.
Yeah. I heard a story. I won't say any names, but someone who took a shot on stage, and I guess he had a lot to drink. I can't remember the story, but he ended up throwing up on his pedal board.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's a little funny.
Yeah.
Actually, where, okay, I won't ask names, but where was it?
I don't think they said the venue.
Oh, okay.
But we were just asking, like, you know, good concert stories. And I think he said, "Can we omit that story from the thing?" It was a little embarrassing. I said, "You know what? We'll omit it from this podcast because it singles you out. But I think I'll tell that story one day just with no names."
Oh, that's good.
The funniest thing that I'm thinking of right now that just happened recently was when we were at a Hoot Owl, and I had my friend and my other friend front row. They're watching us, enjoying the whole show, and as they're dancing, my friend's mom is making balloons, animal balloons, while she's dancing, and like she's making the animal balloons and turning it into a hat. And then she puts it on my friend's head. And that was like, I laughed so hard. I was like, I can't believe you're just standing there dancing, making animal balloons. And then like, I turned my head and she's got a hat on. It was pretty
That
funny.
is the best.
That's
It was
someone
great.
having
That was at
a
Hoot
really
Owls.
good time.
Yeah, and then we found it kicking around later. Somebody was wearing it, and I think it was actually Smokey Tiger who was wearing, it was Smokey Tiger who was wearing the animal balloon hat. It was hilarious. I was like, what the heck?
That was that Rainbow Trout?
No,
No,
that
that
was
was
at
at
Hoot Owl.
Hoot Owl.
Smokey Tiger was at Hoot Owl as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's funny.
Any other good show stories, mishaps, or something funny that happened?
I'm sure there's a lot.
Just horror stories.
Horror stories?
I think maybe we need to like develop these horror stories a little bit better so they can be funny.
Yeah, that
Like
was scary.
that one time at the Merch,
Oh
where
boy.
you spit out all the stuff on your keyboard, and I just had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah.
So I was on
Bad
drugs, trying to sing. Everything was coming out really slow, or like
Yeah.
not at all.
Maybe.
And,
Thought it
and
was
Dean
slow.
kept giving you like whiskeys while you were on painkillers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then I'm on the stage and I'm like, sorry guys, we're up here on whiskey and painkillers. And I didn't explain that he had just had his teeth taken out, so it sounded really bad. And I was like, sorry, I mean,
All right, we're all jacked up on Rockstar vodkas and painkillers.
That was
sorry,
the
we're a
last
little
time
slow tonight. Yeah.
we've been to the Merch, and I think we need to redeem ourselves.
No,
a
are
little
you
bit.
sure? I think
That was the
Yeah,
last
that was
All
time.
right, merch, have them back, as you can hear.
St. Patrick's Day too.
Oh.
That was
Was it?
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, son of a gun. Yeah, other ones, I don't know. Mostly just like almost tripping and stuff. But like, yeah, I think they need time to develop, or just me remember them, because I'm a very forgetful
How about
person.
the time where we just got to the city, we just got a new place. Me and Sarah were there for 2 days, and Tanner came on the Monday, I think it was, and so we celebrated with a bottle of Kraken.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my kryptonite. I
Yeah.
can't drink it anymore.
And
And then we decided we'd go to the open mic.
Yeah.
like,
Oh, boy.
let's go celebrate.
It's our first appearance
Yeah.
at this open mic.
Oh.
I remember
And
Riley was there from-
Saunders, foot on the stage, staring at us. Like, this was the first interaction we ever had with a village idiot.
Was he still in shorts and flip flops?
Yeah, totally. And he's just standing there, just like, if you can picture that stance at all,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
can see it.
Yeah.
And he's just looking at us, and I'm like, I'm so upset because I know that we're too hammered to be up here, but he's totally like not, intentionally trying to judge, but he's assessing the situation. And Tanner's like,
Close.
Tanner's getting away from his keys, turning them up louder, putting we showed up with a hula hoop, one of the little
The
the
lamp.
little
yeah.
lamps
Yeah.
around around our
Oh,
neck,
Hawaiian lace.
and then he's
Yeah.
putting it on me, and he's putting it back on himself, and then he's putting it on people in the audience, and he's putting it on Quentin, and we're all over. We're messy. And like by the end of it, I like blink, and Riley's gone. Like he's like disappeared. I was like, that's really bad.
I was like, why, guys? Like, come on.
Yeah, we were pretty.
I remember having a lot of fun, and then after, like, I remember just everyone. I remember feeling disappointment in there. I'm like, that sounded great, guys. And I was like, oh, wait a second, I'm really drunk right now. Yeah, and then
I definitely went around the corner and got sick.
But now we
I don't know
have
if I
this
told you guys
thing
that
that
before. 2
works
drinks.
for us is like, let's do a 2-drink limit before we go on stage. If you need to have a couple of drinks before you go on, which is fine. You want to have some, need some, whatever. But like if we could do 2 before we go on stage and then, you know, have a little bit of fun after, it's just better, I think, for our all around performance. Just because I like having fun, but I like to take what we do seriously because this is my life. This is what I want to do with my life. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Getting drunk on the
I'm
job.
learning.
I'm learning too, even since that day, because
Yeah.
I was yeah.
Oh, that was like the first, like, all right, don't be too drunk on stage. And then like there's a couple times after that where I was like touching that, but like I haven't been that drunk on stage since. So
When there's certain people at our show, I'm like, don't buy Tanner drinks.
Cough,
Like,
cough,
just
Daryl's
doesn't
brother.
know
Don't give him
Cough,
don't get
Brennan.
water on him. Don't feed him after midnight.
yeah,
Just
Yeah.
yeah. Limit
He is-
that.
I'm like a little gremlin, like
He is a
like
gremlin.
tequila.
Nice.
That's how I see myself at bars sometimes. And I had a couple too many. Little gremlin. I'm all right, tequilas, let's go.
Let's do this.
No limes, no limes.
But can we keep the Hawaiian lace, please?
Yes, I haven't had one
Yeah.
since. I lost it. I can't
Okay.
whatever. It's gone.
When we come to the show in October, I'm gonna bring some. I'm gonna buy some
Yes,
lace.
we will wear
Right
them.
on.
I
They
will
will
so
wear
wear it
them.
on
Let's get
stage.
laid.
I will do it. Yes.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say when they're gonna throw it on stage, but
all right.
it'll be
It'll
thrown
be
on stage.
fun.
I like
It
that.
won't be funny if you give Tanner too many shots.
It'll
Okay,
be
it'll be
hilarious.
really
It'll be a
It'll be
little funny.
really funny, but it probably won't be a problem.
I won't find it funny. Everybody else will though.
I'll do Quinn. We'll be like, Sarah will be like, I'll see Ainsley. She'll be like, oh, wait,
I don't
I'm
make
sorry.
that face.
People hearing the face.
I do.
I wish I could describe the facial
These are
expressions.
really good facial
I feel it's like a
expressions.
really
Faces, it's a
disappointed
real thing.
facial expression.
I'm like-
Open mouth.
Mostly, I'm just like, really?
The
Hey,
wide
don't let the
eyes.
mom look.
Eyebrows?
The-
Oh,
yeah,
I
the
am.
mom
I
look.
am the
Eyebrows
mom. I
up.
don't mean to be, but it is just what I am.
Oh.
I'm like, no, don't do that. Come on, be smart.
Be
Yeah.
safe.
Get there quicker.
It's really, you know what? I wanted to mention too the thing about all of us living together. We all cook as well. Daryl he's been a chef for years. Sarah is unbelievable at cooking. Quentin makes amazing breakfasts. I've cooked a little bit. I don't cook much. Ainsley has been cooking for a long time too. So every once in a while, there'll be different meals made, and it's like really delicious.
Oh,
And
that's so
it's a really staple. We can't like afford to eat really nice all the time, but every once in a while we'll like, you know, make some salmon or
Sometimes we
something.
make gourmet, like
Rice.
no, yeah,
Gourmet
rice,
rice, baby.
You have like
gourmet
3,
ghetto
4
dinners.
people that can like make communal meals. Like you're probably in like the best shape you can be in that case. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're just getting that variety. You're getting that.
Yes,
you know, 'cause
yes.
If I was left to my own devices, it'd be eggs, toast, and cereal.
Oh
every
yeah,
day.
no, that's what I do.
Ah,
Sarah
I'm a
Sarah,
breakfast guy.
Sarah does a lot of cooking. She's like up and just like cooking most of the time, and it's so good. It's
Yeah.
so tasty. She like makes the I don't know what she does to
Out
it.
of nothing.
It's the
Yeah,
spices.
literally
yeah,
out of
it's-
nothing.
it's-
Like we'll have nothing in the fridge and nothing in the cupboard. All of a sudden, she's got like a 3-course meal. I'm like,
Oh.
what did you do?
And you said she sings when she makes food?
She sings all the time. It's
Okay.
really awesome. Like, like, I'll like get out of the shower. Like,
Sometimes
she's
it'll
like
be the
singing.
ukulele
Come
going,
downstairs,
yeah.
she's singing. Like, come inside, she's singing.
I like the acapellas, but like I like the solo ukulele too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. Like sometimes, like I'll wake up and we'll hear Quentin playing music, and then like it hasn't happened for a while actually. But then I'll hear Daryl like roll out of bed, go down the stairs, and like
Farts sometimes.
I hear the bass going.
Daryl
bum,
wakes
bum,
himself
bum.
up with his farts. I think that's probably one of the funniest things to talk about, like for the band, is just like
Razz him on
Like,
the radio
just
station.
the-
someone's
That's a
like,
cat-like thing to do.
someone's
Razz him
like,
about the farts. Hey, you didn't, yeah.
No, it's a
Scare
really
yourself away.
it's so
from
funny. Yeah,
Sure,
can you
YouTube
really
videos of
picture it
fun
now?
suit, yes.
He's good at tuning it too. Like sometimes it goes out of tune and he just like yeah, gets it
Wow.
right back into that.
Detune.
Like
We have a
yeah.
conversation.
I'm gonna play a D
Sorry,
right
Daryl.
now.
They're long sometimes too. Like
They're weird. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
go away.
like Tanner and I, our room is right across the hall from his upstairs.
boy.
But like
It's hilarious.
he keeps his door closed because he's allergic to the cat. But sometimes like we'll be asleep and like that's that.
Oh, must be
not
morning time.
not the music, but that's the thing that makes us laugh. It's like.
Oh, wake up my eardrums.
If
Okay,
I'm in
let's
his
stop
room,
razzing him.
Sorry,
No,
we
enough
love him.
about the
No,
We
feelings.
love him.
one
You
more.
guys, everybody farts. It's
Yeah,
fine.
everybody
It's
farts.
fine.
It's a
It's
healthy
a
thing.
bad
It is
body.
healthy.
But-
If you don't fart, you should see a doctor. Like that's a really
You're
important
missing out
piece
on
of
like a
advice.
key part of life.
But
I
the
mean,
best
I know.
part is like the low rumbling sound of your body is coming from the bass player in the band. He's not hearing the band himself right now.
Sometimes it can be high pitch.
Oh,
just like the ukulele.
yeah. He plays
He
ukulele
also
too?
plays the ukulele.
Yeah.
Very well. Very, very well.
See, like I see like strings on this cool art stuff behind us, and I just want to like try playing it, but I know it's not for
It's for-
instruments.
That's a
it's
loop.
for-
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you play strings on it, my partner will probably cut your fingers
That's
off.
okay.
Yeah.
I only need.
That's for-
Oh, I need the
It takes a
ball.
long time to string up. I don't know how to do it, so I just
Listen,
tend to like stay
really
away from it every
tedious.
time I'm around.
Yeah, you cut it off at a 6-string bass when it comes to strings.
Yeah.
That's your
At least
cap.
two
That's a
strings.
little.
Yeah.
6-string, like that's ridiculous. I've seen 5
It's
strings
fun.
and stuff. Is it fun?
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just,
I
you
would
have,
be
like,
lost.
little extra notes to play with because it's a heist.
But
Oh.
isn't it
Is it a high
finally
C?
like just a guitar that
Is the is the
Oh,
is
bass
the
guitar.
Sort
Well,
of,
bass
because you add
guitar,
the
yeah.
you add the low B with the 5 string.
The low-
and
yeah,
then
I was
the
gonna
6
say
is
it was
the
a-
high C.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So you can turn, you can kind of tune it. You know how like the on the steel strings on an acoustic, you have the B string.
Mm-hmm.
You can tune that C string a little down so it matches the tuning of a regular
guitar.
6-string acoustic, but
Yeah.
I never did.
You need long fingers,
Oh.
Mhm.
or you gotta get your, like your whole hand up and
Tanner's got
around.
It's a tree trunk. I love
Yeah.
Fingers are down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What do you mean they're not that long?
But like
Yours were just short.
when I watch people who play those, like they have it up high and their hand and arm is basically up in this position.
Oh wow.
So there's not the thumb
No,
on the
it's
back.
nothing
It's
like
like
that,
rough.
no.
It's right up and around.
They're like
Yeah.
tapping it as opposed to like kind of like pressing it and like for like bends. I don't know. I'm used to guitar.
Yeah, me too. And I tried to hit 8 string one time. I was just like, no,
No.
no.
I don't have
Six
that
of
many
my dad.
fingers on one hand. Like,
Yeah.
I have the worst like discipline when I play bass. I tend to have my guitar really low, and this is just me growing up on my 90s
Mhm.
grunge metal.
Yeah.
Because like all the guitars are down to their knees, and I'm like, I can do that too. And then my fingers are cramped, and my arms hurting after a show. It
I'm
looked cool.
always
I
as high
thought.
as I could be.
Yeah.
Like the Beatles. And then I go
Mhm.
and trade my guitar off to Daryl. And
Oh,
he's
we're
bigger
like-
than me. And it's even tighter on him. And I got his bass and it's super low on me.
Yeah, I like my uke up high too. I don't like it down here. I'm like, no, it has to be secure.
Yeah.
It's gotta be close.
Yeah, we switch off a lot, so I'll take it as it comes. Sometimes Daryl's will be a little bit lower at me, but it works because like my arms are a little bit longer, so I can like, and like hold it down a little bit. And yeah, Quentin's guitar is nice in pocket. Take it right out, do a little dance. It's fun. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Well, do we have anything else?
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, how are we doing on time? How
About
long
an
are
hour
we
in
podcast?
right now.
Oh, sweet.
really?
That flew by.
Yeah, having fun.
Oh, did we ask about pre-show rituals?
Pre-show rituals.
Yeah, did you see it? We just
Yes,
posted
I saw that
yeah.
on social media. the
I
other
wanted to
day.
say something
Yeah.
when we were
Yes,
talking about
yes, yes.
Bufflin. We brings us in. We have a little huddle, and all right, guys, keep your sticks on the ice. Keep your chins up. We don't want any keep your puff passes.
out
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has become a new thing
Have fun
to
out
get
here.
on right before we play. We just have a nice circle
Little
hug
hug.
and give it the best you got, no matter what. Like smile, keep going, have fun, and just
love you.
love each other. And like
Yeah.
that is what we say. We say that we love each other, and we mean it, and we go into it with
That's awesome.
that kind of
Mhm.
start. So
Nice.
It really is like a family. Like even though I don't get up on
A
the
couple
stage,
tequilas.
with
They'll be like,
them,
I love you. I'll be like,
it's-
this is too much.
I feel like I am there.
Well, we know, like in every good relationship, there's always ups and downs and fights, but
Oh, yeah.
as long as there's makes it.
I wanted to say that it's less of a ritual. I guess it is kind of. It's more of like a setup practice. Like you get into a routine, like setting up your
Yeah,
instrument stuff.
routine.
So a routine. So
Yeah,
like
pre-stage routine.
Yeah, so like I'll set up my stand or whatever for the keyboard, and then like I'll unfold my my chord and I'll ring it out or whatever. It's just kind of particular. Sometimes I'll almost drop it, like practice or whatever. And then I'll like fold the pedal chord on the stand first, and then I'll. It's really weird. It's
You
just
have your
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. You
Your-
guys have any
your isms.
rituals or little things that you do?
I like warming up by myself so I can get in my own headspace.
Yeah.
It's like psyching myself up for this thing that I'm doing because I do a lot of big, powerful things in short periods of time, and it's I need to have time on my own to
Yeah,
warm
so
up.
Rose,
And
you have your own trailer in the back where you just
no, I just go out
She's
on
got
my
the
own. and-
feathers. She's got the. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any rituals?
No.
She dances with
I
boogies.
just
You psych yourself up, right?
I just make sure that I go to the bathroom before they start so that I don't have to go to the bathroom during their set. Because
Oh, God.
I, even though I hear the songs all the time, like almost every day, like I
Practice
just
stuff.
love it.
I know
Also-
that's Last week I was at Metallica, which is my favorite band of all time.
Oh, how was it?
and-
Yeah.
Oh. So good.
that was a purr.
Yeah.
Purr.
I thought you were growling.
2.5 hours. I had to pee so bad, and I'm like,
Held it. I don't
I'm
care.
old. I don't care. I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm not missing a second.
Oh, that's good.
Man, those guys are old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
but
guys are
they
so
still,
old.
they still,
They're still doing it.
For to do go out and play for 2.5 hours and riffs and everything.
Holy
Just, I've
shit.
seen them 5 times, and that was the best time. I don't know what it was about this show. Everything
Yeah?
sounded good. They played the songs I wanted. It was just
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on, right
I
on.
hope they come again when I have money.
yeah. That was a bank buster for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the tickets like? Like
Two.
200 for like OK seats or something?
The whole thing.
Oh,
Any
that,
I think it
seat,
was
no
like the
matter
last
where
10
you
rows of
were.
the upper decks. Like I refreshed my tickets once, went to like 300, but like row 1 300 level, and they were still 200.
Wow.
Yeah,
And then I got
and-
down to the 100s.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure every seat or standing, no matter what ticket you got, was 200. It was the same price for
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. I think it was just the last 10 rows of the 300s. I think were a little bit less, not much.
Oh, wow.
But like they have the best idea is to do that center stage, and
Yeah.
every time I've seen them, they had the center stage. This time it was even smaller.
Oh, wow.
So they could fit more people.
Yeah, and
That's
actually they
awesome.
set a attendance record at the MTS Center for
Oh, wow.
17,000+.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Right on.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Was it still the rotating stage?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, Lars rotates.
Oh,
He's in the
right.
center. But remember the last time? It's a big long rectangle thing. It was just a little square, like diamond shapes right in the middle.
Right,
Like,
okay.
Could you guys imagine a malfunction on the rotation system on the stage? Like it
Oh,
starts
I'm
getting
sure it
faster.
happens.
Starts getting faster, but you see them like
think
trying to
that's
get some
where his
balance.
mind goes. He's just like, oh.
Whoops! Like, what if it just picked up speed just a little bit, like to the point where they're like falling over their stuff? All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they obviously like being a big band like that. Like you have the best of the best road
Yeah,
crew.
yeah.
Like, you have to
Sure.
have a resume to be on
Yeah.
that crew.
It would almost
We
have to be
were talking about
intentional.
that. There's like
I wonder who would do
teams
such a thing.
that make up teams to create teams to create the set,
Yeah.
the stage.
And you know what's
Like,
weird is like
yeah.
as being as big as a fan I am, like when I watch like the live concert DVDs or see the documentaries or things on YouTube, and then like I see like the people who are on the tour working, like, hey, that's so and so, that's so and so. Like, how do you know this? I'm like, I don't know. It's just like you see them on like the backstage
part of it
videos.
all.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like they've been with this
Everybody's
band for
part
that
of it.
long.
Yeah.
I'm a Metallica nerd, so.
I am
you know
too,
what?
actually.
I
That's how I started
don't really like
playing guitar.
Metallica.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really like them that much. I think
I'm
what they
saying
do is
nothing
cool.
'cause we probably-
It's just the voice that bugs me. Ow.
I don't know. To each their own is my philosophy. So.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I mean, I started with metal on guitar,
Mhm.
and now whatever the heck I'm playing now, but it's not metal. Every once in a while, I go back. I started playing when Death Magnetic came out,
Mhm.
so I know how to play the whole album front
Oh,
to back.
nice.
Like it's ridiculous. But now I go pick it up and play. I'm like, how the fuck did I play this before?
Mhm.
Like,
I
it's so
figured out
hard.
That was just your life
Yeah.
by ear.
Yeah.
But then there's a handful of songs I can't figure out and or play for the life of me.
My buddy had the tablature book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got a big cheat book. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was really awesome.
Yeah. I follow the tabs sometimes too, and there's times I'm like I can figure it out, and there's times like it doesn't resonate in my mind. Yeah. The hand-eye coordination. And I have, like one of my best friends too. Like he can play Blackened perfectly.
Wow.
And then he'll go and play something else, and he'll be like, "Dude, I can't figure this song out."
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're challenging sometimes.
Funny how our brains work.
Yeah, very much so.
I wonder, like, they've been going for 40 years or so.
Just shy.
Well,
Just shy.
Talking about Metallica.
yeah,
It's okay.
I love
It's okay.
Metallica.
It's a podcast. We are.
Goes where
I
you
was,
want.
I was gonna make a
Mind
nice
blown.
little segue.
Well,
Right?
since everybody's
It was
got a
about-
nice thing
it was
to
about
say,
a
I
show
think that they
about-
totally overcharge. I think that they. I think that nowadays I'm just like, okay, you guys are just being selfish, charging that much
Yeah,
for
well,
a show because
I mean,
you are
hey,
already making.
supply and
money.
demand, baby. People
I
want
think,
it.
I think that that's a.
Yeah.
I get it though, like I understand, but I just feel that it's like, okay, well,
Well, and here's the crazy thing. I think why these bands are doing this nowadays. This is my thought, and there's people have talked about it. Is nobody buys albums anymore.
Yeah,
Like on iTunes, they
exactly.
buy like the $1.29 song. So that you have to recoup that money on the touring and this. And actually,
Right.
I listened to a really good podcast. I can't remember if it was Steven Tyler or who it was, or Paul Stanley from Kiss, and they were talking about the record labels are the ones who are pushing the prices up higher because
Yeah.
they're not making their money on the album sales anymore.
Well,
They've actually, a lot of record labels have actually fully taken over ticket sales and merchandise sales.
Wow.
And the
Protect
bands
your
used to always get 100%. Now the labels
Yeah.
take
Are
them.
getting that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where you see these concert revenues like AC/DC, $150, Guns N'
Yeah,
Roses,
wow.
$180, $200.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
not necessarily the band's decision to make it that price.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
the band might have a say, like, oh, well, we have to charge this much, and then the record label's like,
Wow.
okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna charge 3 times that much or whatever.
Although I will throw one cool thing, they did donate $10,000 to Winnipeg Harvest.
Yes.
wow,
Well,
that's
They
beautiful.
started their own charity called All Within My Hands, and on the tour
nice.
they were taking from their pot, which I'm sure was part of the concert, and donations, and were donating to local charities.
Cool.
Yeah, so they
In
donated
every city that they went
in every
to?
city that they
That's
went
really
to.
cool.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it
Wow.
when bands do that.
Did you mind about Metallica?
Yeah.
I've never not liked Metallica. I just,
Yeah, we're talking about the ticket prices.
Yeah.
I'm the
yeah,
one.
that's fantastic.
Yeah. So again, what's the date on the show for the fundraiser?
October 12th.
At the Pyramid.
Yes, the
Friday.
Pyramid Cabaret.
$10 to get in.
Northern
1, 2.
Royals, Otter Than the Otters, and then we'll close the show.
All great local bands.
Oh, yep.
This sounds like an awesome show.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for this one.
No.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah. All right. I think that is that wrap up.
We can wrap up there, and
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Yes.
Thank you for coming,
Yeah.
and thank you for the invite to the show. We're
Oh, right on.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your
Yeah.
faces there.
Yeah, thanks for coming out today. We really appreciate it, and
Yeah, it's
we'll
really
love to
nice.
support local bands.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And maybe
Oh,
next
yeah.
time maybe next time we do this.
You know what? Definitely.
Will please ease me into it before I get scared and wanna quit. Oh, come on, please. I don't wanna get hit. me into it before I start to